WebPageFX again. I'm a web strategist with them, so I'm going to talk to you today a lot about marketing your business using your website. So giving you a little bit of background about myself, obviously I'm married and I have a 1-year-old. Additionally, I have a huge background in book publishing. My start was working in the publishing industry as a marketing person there, and then I kind of grew into working at WebPageFX. Additionally, personally, I'm a huge vinyl collector, so I'm a big music snob, so if any of you like music, feel free to chat me up after the presentation because I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. And the reason why I'm sharing you with that is because a lot of the things that I'm about ready to talk to you about have nothing to do with what I went to school with. A lot of the design, the marketing, the SEO, all these buzzwords within our industry are things that you wrap yourself around in. It's nothing that you really end up learning in school. Nothing that you're taught. It's everything that you come to know as you start working within this field. So a lot of the things that I learn now are things that I didn't know a year ago. And at that point, because I know it now, it's a lot of research and reading that I've done over this past year. So things that you can also take with you. Feel free to check out the web, read stuff on the web, and you'll start getting to know a lot of this more information as I'm about ready to share it with you today. So when I started at WebPageFX, this is what internet marketing looked like to me. I had absolutely no clue what it was. I knew the term marketing, but everything else around it made absolutely no sense. So when I saw this, I thought this was a great example as to what I actually thought it looked like. It's a big mess of words. People probably share these phrases with you all the time saying you need to do SEO, you need to do PPC. I'm sure you're getting spam emails all the time about this, but you probably have no clue what it's really going to do for your business. So let me tell you a little bit about how these things can help you out. The first thing is the basics of internet marketing, and I'm going to share with you what this means. I'm sure probably you guys in the past have gone to Google and done a search in Google. This is what internet marketing is. What I kind of related this to is, say I need to find a construction company in Harrisburg, PA. So I'm going to go to Google, type in construction company in Harrisburg, PA, and your rankings, which would be these over here, are websites that have actually marketed their business for that term. Most likely, what you see here is Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages is a very natural directory listing, but right underneath that, Reynolds Construction actually probably references on their site that there are Harrisburg, PA construction companies, so they're probably ranking for that, as well as these local listings here. So I'm going to tell you how you actually get your website listed in Google, not just by creating a website. The first step is the foundation, which is getting a good design. Your good design means that users have come to expect a certain level of the design with your brand or your company. This is what we call user experience. User experience is a huge thing within our industry because it's really what your users have come to expect when they come to your website. A lot of times people think that just having a pretty face is what it's all about, but you need your users to be engaged when they get there. This is about providing them with the information up front, call to action buttons that they can navigate deeper within your site, and really what it comes to be calling it a conversion. We want them to get somewhere and do something when they come to your website. Now, your website doesn't have to be a showstopper. People think that this is a huge idea where you have to have the best looking website in the business. That's not true. You need to have a functioning website, and your website really needs to be presentable to your audience. Your information needs to be clean, neat, and it needs to be organized. On top of that, your website just needs to be professional. You guys have a brand that you present out there to the public. That brand also needs to be presented the same way on the web. With that being said, when you start talking about design and the optimization of your design on the website, a lot of times when you start integrating it, you're going to see traffic increases. That's really what you want your end goal to be. When you optimize a website, you actually start seeing a 15 to 20% increase in your traffic on the web. That means that visitors are more likely able to find your website. They're using your website for what they need it for. When you don't have a website, you actually see drops in your internet traffic, and you can see anywhere up to the range of about a negative 38% decrease in traffic, which isn't a really good thing to have. That's why you need to focus on what your user experience is all about, creating the best environment possible for everybody out on the web. Next, we're going to take a look at the good, bad, and ugly of website designs. Over here, this is a website that we actually built for Cleveland Brothers Cat. This was recently launched, and actually it's proven to be very successful for them. This website was launched back in April of this past year, and since then they've actually seen a 100% increase in conversions on their site. With that being said, to the website on the right, this isn't a website of ours, but it's actually a really good example of what a bad website design should look like. This website to the right is very flash-based, meaning that it can't be really read by Google. It's not easily to be read on a mobile or tablet device. And on top of that, there's very limited call to actions on their site. If you land on that site, you have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to do or where to go. Whereas when you compare that to the Cleveland Brothers site, you actually have an idea of maybe some buttons that you want to check out, navigate deeper within your site, submit some information here, go up here to where you can contact them, or pick up the phone and call them. All those elements are key things that you want to create for a website design to make sure it's effective for your audience. Along with your website design, you also have to think about the information within it. You can create some really great visuals, but unfortunately you're going to end up with what that website on the right looked like if you just have visuals. When you start adding the extra elements, you're talking about your engaging content. But this can be one of the biggest challenges when it comes to marketing your website. People don't really know what information that they want to share with their audience. Sometimes it can be too wordy, sometimes it can't be wordy enough. There's a fine balance to make sure that you're providing that information direct to your audience and to the end user on the web. As you can see here, one of the biggest challenges, like I said, is producing that engaging content. Along with that, it's producing enough content. So what is good content? Good content is information, like I said, that you want to share with your end user. But on top of that, you need to make sure that it's relevant for what your business is about. This is all ranging around what we call optimizing your website for a search. Including relevant keywords for your business is really important because you have to think about it when your audience is searching for your business on the web. How are they getting there? What information do they need? What information do they want to read about? All of those types of things are things that you should include when you start writing your content about your business. As you can see here, when you start doing relevant content to your site, you can really see a 10 to 40% increase in search traffic and leads to your business. But how do you get good content? This can be a range of different things. A lot of times we recommend these types of ideas to people that just don't know where they can grab content from. Something not really relevant to you probably, but something that you could do is if you have like a secret shopper, say you're a retail business, you can have your secret shopper talk about different things out in the industry. Additionally, what do your relatives know and don't know about the work that you do? Think about it as the common person. I do this with my wife all the time. She has no clue what I'm talking about half the time on the web. So I say, okay, what do you want to learn about? And from there, we're able to share that information to the general person. A lot of times you'll see, we have a WebPageFX blog, and it's very common things that we talk about on our blog that we like to share with our general audience. That's the type of information that you should provide to your end user. It is necessary, it is relevant to you, but it's more commonly used language, something less technical. Additionally, do you have any trends in your industry? Trends are a really great thing to talk about. Popular things within the construction industry may be something that you want to reference. And then on top of that, time of year is really relevant to you guys. Talk about peaks and valleys, when the peak season is within construction, when the valleys are occurring, how you can balance that within your workforce. Anything relevant within that type of industry is what you really want to present to your end user.